What's going on, everybody? And happy 4th of July. So, I'm going to give you just a basic tutorial on surviving on Rust. Pretty simple, pretty easy, straightforward. First thing you want to do when you first get on a map is you want to see the layout of the map, how big the map is, how many players are on it, and where exactly you want to build. My opinion, my preference, I love to build in the trees. A lot of people like to build in the desert. A lot of people like to build in the open. I don't. I like to be a little bit more hidden. Obviously, you can see my base right here. It's not really hidden, but it is in the trees. Another thing that I like to do, which I didn't do here, is I like to build further away from outpost and further away from bandit camp. The reason being is now that the update is out, Bandit Camp, they have a lot of everybody's want to go to the helicopters and trying them out, and there's a lot of builds there, a lot of bases. Same thing with Outpost. The reason why I built where I did, which is right next to Outpost, pretty close, is I had a lot of stuff on me. I had like 6 satchels. I found 2 crates, had 6 satchels altogether. Had a lot of stuff on me, which I didn't want to die and have someone take it all because I'd be pissed. So if you have a lot of stuff and you're worried about dying, build a base real quick. Even if it's a 1x1, just something to get in there. Put a box in, and make sure you just don't die. Because that sucks. Another thing, when you're on a server, make sure to see if they have a I need wood thing. And a lot of times you say I need wood. A lot of these newer servers is you get a free kit. I already claimed it, so I think it's every 2 hours you get a free kit on this one. Sometimes it's up to like 3 days, which is ridiculous. I've seen it where it's like 3 days, if not more. So those can be kind of annoying. But it is nice. I know the other things. The what the hell are they called? Not the community, but the harder servers. Can't think of it right now. You can't get those, so we're pretty much spoiled on these kind of maps. I've tried those maps, the harder maps. I don't have the patience for them, to be honest with you. I really don't. Official, yeah, the official servers. I just don't have the patience, man. I really don't. I had a buddy try to teach me how to do them. It's just like I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't have the patience. I noticed that a lot of the older, like I'm like 38 years old. You know what I mean? I'm not up there in age, but a lot of the older, a lot of older people my age if and older, 30s and older, they like to play official. I just don't. I've had my own server and my brother's server for so long. I don't know. I guess I'm just spoiled. But I like to build. And it takes forever when you play official. It takes forever to get everything. It takes like picking one thing up or like doing the like if you hit get stuff for cloth, like one cloth for each hit, it just takes forever. Anyways, back to what I'm talking about. So when you get on the server, kind of get the layout of the land. Me personally, I will literally walk around the entire server and see, one, how many bases are on the server. Two, how many bases. So if there's 50 bases on a server, I want to see how many are rated. So if there's 50 bases on a server and 40 of them are rated, I'm not going to stay on the server because more than likely I'm going to spend 4 to 6 hours on a server. Someone's just sleeping right here. I'm going to take all this stuff. Ah, that's nice. I'm not going to kill him though. I'm going to drink this. More than likely, I'm going to spend 4 to 6 hours on a server, get back on a couple hours later, and the thing's going to be rated. So that's another thing that's extremely irritating about playing Rust. Is that so? Be mindful. Jumping on a server, kind of get the layout of the server, how many bases are on, how many people are on. I know with PC there's like 1,000 people on. That's ridiculous, man. Uh, Consoles are only 100 for now. Now that the new update's out, there might be more down the road. Another thing I want to do, what I do. So give me one sec. So you see where my base is? Anytime you where you're, I swear I heard something weird. Maybe it's just the coffee kicking in. Anytime you put a bag down and you put a base, put a house marker down. That way you know exactly where your base is. So if you raid something, you don't have to keep looking on the map so you're going, or I guess you have the compass, but put a thing down where the marker is, where that blue marker, that's where my base is at. That way you know exactly where your base is. You can run right to it. You don't have to get lost if you're not following the compass. One thing to really pay attention to. One thing to do when you first get on a server. I highly recommend it. Another thing you do is when you build a base and you're comfortable where it's at, run around a 5. Here, this is what I do. Hold up. Okay. So I'll go right here. Run around like this area. So like a 5 square or a 6 square to see the layout of the area where you built. If you build and then you realize there's like 5 other bases and they're huge, I'd recommend moving because you probably will get raided. Another thing on this server, actually I'm gonna wear all this stuff. Less inventory space is taken up. Another thing on these kind of servers, I kind of like them, but they kind of suck at also, is a radiation bubble. Now, what I mean about the radiation bubble, if you are watching the beginning of my video, I had that green bubble around my base. That indicates that if I'm on, it'll be green, people can raid it. When I'm off the server, it'll be red, and people technically can't rate it, but people still have rated them. What I believe happens is the admins go into your server, go into your base, get on the TC, and then destroy your TC, and then have their buddies rated. I've seen multiple times people doing it. So that's one thing that's nice. On certain servers, it does suck because your stuff will get rated. I've been about on 12 servers that had that. 5 of them I got rated. Now, if you're off the server for more than 32 hours, that bubble might come down a lot. Sometimes the bubbles are only on for a certain amount of time. If you're not on the server, or if you're not on the server for so long, it will come down and people can raid your base. So that's one thing to watch out for. Another thing, when you're running around and you have the things like, see, I have like a hatchet, and I have this. Make sure you have those at all times when you're running around. I was over here earlier, and I didn't have a hatchet, and I have like 1,300 hours on this game, and I always do this. I put all my stuff in my inventory before I leave, except a pistol, health, and a few small things, but I always put my hatchet or my drill or my chainsaw away to save inventory space. And every time I do that, I kid you not, I always find nodes that I need, like the metal. I do it every single time, and it drives me nuts. So, like right here, like I was here earlier, like an hour and a half ago. I'm not very far from my base, but still irritating and inconvenient. You're gonna have to run all the way back to my base and get the jackhammer or my chainsaw to cut wood. You really don't need them to cut wood. If you have enough wood in your base, you really don't need more. This just takes up inventory space, especially when we don't have a backpack. It's just a kind of a pain in the butt. Always pick up food. Anytime you see food, make sure you always pick up food. Let's just see how many people are on right now. I have an idea on how many people are always online, like are always jumping on the server. Sometimes I'll jump on a server and they'll have, because I like the lower pop servers. I don't know. I guess I'm just spoiled that way. I don't know. I just like having a lower pop server because I like to build. If you guys watch my videos, I love building. I build all kinds of unique bases. If you haven't seen them already, I highly recommend checking my my YouTube channel out because it might give you a good idea on a different base to build. I have bases on there people have never seen before, so I highly recommend checking them out. Where was I going? Make sure you have wood. Oh, so if you don't have a lot of inventory space like a backpack, I don't have a backpack, so I gotta drop a lot of stuff like this stuff. I don't need this. I don't need this. Don't need this. I can plant those seeds, but I really don't want to. Always have a pickaxe. Have a hatchet if you need wood. I don't recommend having one because you just a lot of times just cut the wood right if you're close to trees. Always keep your head on a swivel. This isn't like DayZ where DayZ's intense. DayZ's intense on always keeping your head on a swivel. Rust is a little easier, I guess you could say. But always keep your head on a swivel. If you're hitting nodes by the road, always like kind of keep your back toward the hillside. That way you can keep an eye out on the road. I swear I saw more nodes up here. I swear I saw 2 up here. Give me a sec. Apologize if I'm all over the place. Trying to get some stuff while I'm talking to you guys. If you have a team, teams are always nice. A lot of times I'll just solo it on this one unless my brother or one of my buddies wants to play. It is nice having a teammate. That way, if you are doing this, they can watch your back, or vice versa. Always keep, like I said, always keep your head on a swivel. Radiation. There's radiation in launch site, and there's radiation. Oh, water treatment, I believe. Yeah, it's water treatment and underground. The police, wherever that. I always forget what that's called. What is that called? See, what I'm doing now is pretty stupid. Because I'm standing up. You always want to kind of crouch. A lot of servers have radiation, so make sure you have plenty of clothes on for like for radiation in case you run into it. Do I need to go to? No, I'm not going to worry about breaking all this stuff down right now. For me, when it comes to recycling, I do like to have fast recyclers. That way, you're not waiting for 10 minutes for someone to possibly come up and kill you. So it is nice to have a fast recycler on games. My old server was just a typical recycler, but I did have. Do I even have? I even left my pistol at home. Wow. I did have the hammer, so it was nice having a hammer to if you were to build, you could destroy it with your hammer, your base. If like, so say you wanted to pancake yourself in when you get off the server, so it's harder for people to find where your stuff is or where you are. I did have that, which is kind of nice. I'm gonna jump in here real quick. There's all kinds of stuff to know about this. I'm just trying to do the best I can on the basics of this game. Always have like a booby trap. Like me, I have a flame turret right here. If I had one, I'd probably put like a shotgun trap up here facing out. Maybe a flame turret right here. Always wall in your TC. So put like a door, wall, and have the walls right here. That way people can just run right in and break into it. Have a lock on it, which I do not have right now, and I should probably get. So give me 1 sec. Let's get a lock on here real quick. You can do just one of these. That way people can come right in and just take your stuff. Wood. If you have a wood base, people can Molotov it and burn it down to the ground. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, I need to make a couple of tiers because there's a base right above me. I need wood probably. Yeah, I need wood. Right above me, that's all wood, and I want to take it out before someone else does. So put that right there. And where is it? Tier 2, what do I need? I need 20 of those. Like that. Gotta be right up against it. So, boom, just like that, kind of like a little hidey hole. Now, do I have any fuel? I think I have some fuel. How much does it cost for fuel for the Houdini? 50, so I need to make more fuel. I don't have any animal fat either. There's a base right above this one. Like I was saying before, always run around the base to make sure. What all surrounding your base? There's a base right up there that has it's just all wood base. I do apologize, I am all over the place. I'm trying to do a few things at once, and I had a bunch of coffee, so my brain's just scattered. So, let's kind of go over what I talked about. When you jump on a server, for me, I do a good hour walk. I know that's a long time. Or what I'll do is I'll walk this area, kill and respawn in a random spot. A lot of times they'll either be at the desert. I actually spawned right here when I first started out. Right here, right here. I think it was actually right over here. Walked right over here, and I had an idea where I want to build. So I literally put that marker, and I built right where I put that marker. But like I said, try not to build too close to outpost or too close to bandit camp, because people will build all over here. So if I were to walk over here, I guarantee there's gonna be a crap load of bases over here and a crap load of bases right here. Where I'm at right now, there's a wood base right here, and there's two metal bases. There's a stone base right here, and there's like 5 bases right here. If I were to choose again, I like building where these little cliffs are. I like to build there. I like to build right against those cliffs. And if you build right against these cliffs, like say right in here, build stone, it is really hard. Someone's shooting outside my base. It is really hard to see those bases. Walk the server a good hour, and what I do, find like 40 bases, and out of those 40 bases, how many are rated? And if it's like 20 out of 30 or 25 out of 40, you can build, but I highly recommend not, because you'll probably get rated. Depending on how you build, you could be. I think someone right outside my base. Another thing on here, if the higher you build, it's easier to find your base. And what else was I gonna say? Gosh dang it! The bigger your base is, the more you have to put into it, but it's harder to find your DC. This one's pretty easy. Like if I were to go outside, which I really don't want to. Actually, I'm gonna put all this crap in here. Give me one sec. If I were to go outside of my base, I would probably blow in right where my TC is. So I probably should build it a little bigger. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I apologize if I was all over the place. I was trying to do a few things at once. I have ADHD, so my brain's all over scattered. But if this helped you out, let me know. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. I do appreciate it. I'm almost at 1,000. Well, I'm at like 670 some, but close to 1,000. Trying to get as many subscribers as possible. And if you guys need help on your server, like populating it, let me know. I have like a year and a half of being an admin on servers, on my server, my brother's server. Uh, the last server when this first came out, the helicopter first came out, the update, we had over like, I think it was like 400 people on the server off and on in 5 days. So, but yeah, let me know. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you guys have a good 4th and have a good day.